I didn't watch that trailer yet.
Cool. We'll be able to watch. Look,
I started it, and I was like, ooh. And I was like, fuck, I should wait. Just wait.
We got 3 trailers you get to watch then.
Mm-hmm. And I did witness the Pet Sematary one being real. But again, I'm like, I should just not watch trailers anymore until we do this thing.
Yeah, I almost did that. And I was like, I might as well watch the trailer.
To make sure it's worth it.
To make sure it's
worth it.
Make sure
we're watching the right one.
Exactly. That too. Even though I fucked that up already. Because I was like, but there'll be things that Stokes will watch that I won't watch, so I'll be fresh on. Like the Borderlands thing, I was like, I just watched the trailer so I knew what he was talking about, but then he can explain it all to me. And I can't find the thing to retweet. Thanks a lot. Twitter. Someone else beat me to it.
Ding, Twitch.
Oh, I like beat me to it. The Jerk. All right, cool.
Son of a gun.
New cheer badges. It's a fresh month. Fresh month.
I was like, what are you talking about?
Oh my goodness. It's exciting.
Yeah.
April. This year's going fast. Feel like it's chugging along.
You got any yearly goals you're trying to hit?
No.
Not like resolutions, but nothing.
No.
No. What's the next thing you're looking at?
The next thing?
Yeah. What's next?
Like going to Colorado.
When's that?
23rd
of April?
Yep.
So you're gonna be ready to see Avengers out there, yeah?
Yep.
Very good.
I'm waiting for the tickets to go on sale.
Yeah.
Get them at that Alamo.
That's right.
If I can't get at that Alamo,
yeah.
get at the other Alamo. If I can't get that Alamo, there's a third Alamo.
Yeah.
I'll see it at the Alamo someday. What up, KPH?
Heyo.
Someday while I'm out there, I'll see it.
Someday.
Someday.
It's funny. She decided and went with one of the offers she got for the graduate assistantship thing, and it sounds like she might have to work the 26th because of like a graduation they have on that day.
Oh. You gonna be okay?
So I texted her and I told her, I was like, if you can't make it, that's fine. I'm going to drive up north separate and watch it that day. We'll just watch it the next day together if you want.
That's fair.
And she was like, yeah, it's no big deal. It's more of just like, I'm telling you. That way you know.
Yeah.
Because we did the same thing with Infinity War, actually.
Mm-hmm. KPH, not a whole lot. I was checking the camera, make sure everything looked good. My throat looks weird when I swallow. There's just a lot of movement.
That looks like a normal throat.
There's a lot of movement, and it like, I don't know. You swallow. I guess maybe. But you're like moving, like sit normally. I feel like I don't see it on me. I maybe my neck's just so white. And the shadow creates all the contrast.
Look at that, like the flex there.
It's just weird.
Look at
that. That's so weird. It's like you're a fish breathing. I'm going to get my CDLs. I'm waiting to hear back from the college I applied at. It's exciting. Yeet. 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 Yeet.
Oh. A little aftershock. Yeet. Oh, that wasn't the same noise. No, that was a different noise entirely.
God, there was something I was going to talk about like before the show. And it was going to be like a preamble. And I forgot, the circle drink. I had that, but I was like, we'll just try that. It's not going to be a huge thing.
Yeah, that was right.
I forget what it was I was going to talk about. Oh.
To have to do with the little...
Actually, it could probably be in what we viewed because I wanted to talk about Snowden and stuff and WikiLeaks and all that stuff.
Okay.
I wanted your opinion on stuff, so I guess I didn't have a whole lot.
I got those.
Right? So I guess I didn't have a whole lot of preamble.
Too many, but the ones I do... The ones I got, they're firm.
I guess I don't have a whole lot of preamble. It's more just like, once we get into it, I've got little things for almost everything.
You know what happened to me today, Brent? I also had the day off. A fair amount of free time.
Mm-hmm.
Journaling stuff, clean up the house
Hey, P-Stabs!
Hey! I cooked some food.
Mm-hmm.
Yum, yum. It was delicious. Yum. Watched a little bit of YouTube. I went to the gym. Back and forth outside my house a lot. But I came back and I just had like maybe an hour and a half to do nothing.
Okay.
And you know what it wasn't something I wanted to do. But there's like, this is what I would normally do, and I straight up just don't want to do that.
Okay.
You ever had that feeling? Where you're like, normally I'd read. and you're just like, I do not want to read right now.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just like reading isn't on the mind. It's like you think of reading and you're like, no. Apex Legends for me today.
Yeah.
I was just like, I do not want to play that game. And I almost thought about it for the first time in like a proper negative light. That I was just like, I just straight up don't want to play that.
For me today, I got up and I was like, I don't want to play it alone. Like, if someone would play with me, I'm all in. I didn't want to play it alone because I've been playing it alone a lot recently and just getting really fed up with like just people doing
Dumb
stupid things. Just like the dumbest. Like, I was in a match and our third person gets down, he immediately jacks out, which I used to get mad at, but I actually don't get mad at because I do it all the time now because I'm just like, fuck, I'll get to the next match because my teammates are normally idiots. But anyway, it's two people, me and my teammate.
You're idiots now.
I don't care.
Whatever.
My two, me and my teammate, he's playing Gibraltar, which I'm already like, why are you Gibraltar? Like, go fuck yourself. But whatever. So then we're playing.
Locked and loaded, or whatever he says.
Yeah, right? Follow me, brother. Like, whatever. But anyway.
Yeah, little African.
We're going through, and I'm slaying. Like, we get on a team, I take out the team, and he's just there. You get down to the last 3 teams. I go into there's like a place right outside out of Skulltown. There's just like 4 or 5 buildings, just a little place.
I know it.
Run in there. I kill one of them.
With the balloon there.
The other side.
Towards airbase. Oh, okay. Other side.
No, it is towards airbase. It does have a balloon? It might have a balloon. I just not remembering it.
It does.
But I was there in the town, killed the whole squad. I'm healing up, shielding up. He's like outside of the town on a hill, crouched, right? And I was like, okay, whatever. So I'm on the building. And I'm like, there's 1 squad left. So I'm sitting on the building trying to figure out where they're at because the zone's getting really small. Then it zones in on just like 2 buildings. And all of a sudden I'm like standing there and I look down and he's just getting hurt. And I was like, and I turn and he's just sitting in the zone. And then I see him heal. It's like he's trying to out-heal the last team, being outside the zone already. And I was like, what are you doing? And eventually he goes down and starts crawling to me. And I'm like, I'm not going out of the zone to pick you up. So I just watch him crawl and die. And I'm like, you're dumb. You're such an idiot. Why did you do that?
I would have messaged that guy. Have you been messaged yet?
No.
This is like such an old 360 thing to happen to me. But it was early game. I got a peacemaker, or peacekeeper rather, instantly. And I just one-shot a kid. He didn't have a shield or anything. I just killed him. And like the instant it happened, I got a message. It just said, reported. I was like, how angry does that kid have to be to that fast message me?
Yeah.
Reported.
I used to get messages in Halo a lot. And what I've gotten recently is just people wanted to play with me, but I don't ever do it because I don't know if they wanted. Because I'm like, I don't remember if I played with you or I killed you. Because sometimes they invite you to a party to just scream at you and then drop out, and you're like, sweet, I just wasted all this time getting into a party with you.
That's hilarious.
The happy ending of my story is the other team only had 1 person, and I ripped them apart, and I won. But I took a picture of my screen, and it was like me with 11 kills, 1,800 damage. Gibraltar with 2 kills, 300 damage, and then the last guy literally 0 kills with 40 damage. And I was like, I just got these kids a W.
30 with a punch.
Super dumb.
That's right, you were there. That was in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Well, oh no. Shay had one. I think the one he's talking about. Shay had one where she played Call of Duty, I think it was Advanced Warfare.
Okay.
And we gave her, I just let her, she wanted to play a little bit. She played maybe 3-4 matches. And she got this message from a guy that was like, it was like he was eating the mic. It was like
yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
And she was playing hardcore because that's just what I had it loaded to, and she was playing. And it was like, you camping fucking bitch. Who the fuck camps in hardcore? And it was just like, she's like, oh my gosh. And I was like, I just don't get messaged. Maybe I'm just the most average player in the world or something, because I just don't get messages. Unless it's like, hey, that was a good game. Want to squad up?
Oh,
Ignore.
yeah.
But
I get those a lot.
I got the one reported, but she did get just the guy fucking roasted her.
At one point, I don't think it is anymore, but at one point, I had a bunch of followers on Xbox. And this was at the time they switched to following and friends. You could have both or whatever. I didn't even realize what was happening, and I just had a bunch, but I don't even know what I have.
I still don't really know why that's a thing.
I don't know either. But I did have another game of Apex. I dropped in and I'm picking up stuff, and I just see someone get on the mic, and he's just like, yo, man, all right, let's get going. You know, I almost got that W last time. I think we're going to get it this time. Let's just play it cool. And also we get into a room, and he sees a longbow, and he's like, oh, shit, there's a longbow, boy. You want this? You want this? And the other guy's like, I don't know, man. He's like, that's that long dick game. You want to play the long dick game? You get the longbow. That's why they called it that. I was like, what is that? I'm just running and looting. I'm like, what is happening? This is so weird. They had like this whole conversation about all this different stuff. And then this one guy got on, like, his mic went, and I was like, what the hell? And the other guy's like, you watching porn over there, boy? What are you doing over there? You got that long dick? And I was like, what is happening? Why is everything
It's funny? Every once in a while when I'm playing with Hokey, I'll hop in and I'll be that guy. I'll be like, you want to just hop into game chat and fuck with our third? And it all came because we were playing with a guy that we were all fighting, and he just booked it. Like, we were completely A-okay.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of sugar-free shit are you drinking?
Zevia.
It's what Brent's house now has, and it's kind of growing on me. I like it.
It's an acquired taste. You acquire it over time, and it tastes really good.
But anyway, this guy books it. We actually kill everyone.
I'll make you a friend.
We actually kill everyone, but we die.
Okay.
It was like the last person we like kill each other.
Okay.
So we're sitting there, no one's around us, and we're pinging our box.
Mm-hmm.
We're just pinging it, like, yo, come get us.
Yep.
Come get us.
Yep.
And he just keeps running and booking it, and I'm like, I just hop into the party, like out of the party chat, and I just start talking to this guy all weird. And I forget his name, but it was like the tumultuous pie or something like that. It was the adjective pie, and I just kept calling him pie. I was like, come on, pie. Come on, get that box. Come on. You got to go on, get it, pie. Go on and get it. And he just like would stop and then keep running. I'd be like, oh, pie.
They're on your thinking about it.
Yeah, they're on your right side. They're on your left. You don't know. Maybe he'd look to the right. He'd look to the left. And he just he just didn't have a mic. But then once the game ended, he got on the mic. Bro, what the fuck was that? And I just backed out. So it was something that Hokey and I did. We'd hop in and he'd be like, this next one go in as a Canadian, or this next one do it as a whatever. And I would just,
mess with
be
them.
Ridiculous.
I had another match where people were talking, and they were talking about last match, dude. I finally almost got my first W. It was almost there, and his friend was like, "Dude, that's really cool. We got to get one eventually." I was like, "All right, I'll help these guys get a W. This should be pretty easy."
My first W.
We get in there. It's the final two teams. I'm pinging the other team, and they're like, and then one guy's like, "Oh, you see him?" And the guy's like, "No, I don't see him. It's our other teammate pinging." He's like, "Oh, he probably doesn't see him." I'm like, "Why would I be pinging if I don't see the? Why would I be it's two teams left?
W equals win.
Yeah."
Gotta get that dub.
Why at this last two teams is now the moment I decide to troll you guys and say that there's guys over there. What are you thinking? So finally they look and they're like, oh, there are guys over there. I'm like, thank God. The one guy's Pathfinder. He puts up a zip line. Sure, like because he's up on the like watchtower. There's like the houses down low. They're in the houses down low, like on the roof. He gets a zip line and zips like literally parallel to them and just gets on and starts sliding. And the one guy's like, oh, I don't think that's a good idea. He gets shredded and drops. And I'm just like,
he's like perpendicular to him?
No, parallel. Like they're here and he zip lines this way. So he just gets and he falls. And I'm like, why did he do that?
Pathfinder do that to me one of the games we actually won. But.
And then the other guy, wait, you guys don't win? So many people are like, oh my God, I finally got a win the other day. No, I win a lot.
Yeah, I've won many games.
Many games.
I think this season I've won about 20, which isn't a lot of games, but compared to people who have never won one, 20 in the last 2 weeks is pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know how many I got this.
It is to the point where it's kind of like, how many dubs did you get yesterday is what I say when I talk to Rufino and Troy and them. Because we typically win.
Yeah.
We are the ones that are winning.
So then the other guy is like, oh, that wasn't a good dude. That wasn't a good plan, man. Don't worry. And he jumps on the zipline and follows him. And then he gets shredded and falls. And I'm standing there, I'm like, what did you just do? And they're on the ground crawling. He's like, dude, we're not going to pull this. I don't know why our friend didn't follow. I don't know why our third didn't follow us. And I was like, you said it yourself. It was a bad plan. And then you followed. And then, of course, I get down there. I down 2 and I die to the third guy. And he's like, oh, yeah, man, if he had followed us, I was like, then we would have all won it. I couldn't believe it. I was like, what?
It's amazing the way people will just be like, couldn't have been my fault.
Couldn't have been my fault. There's no way. Me. The guy that did it the first time, he zipped down. He's like, man, I thought that was going to work. I was like, in what world do you think that is going to work? God. It's important to follow through with your plans, even if they are shit. That's commitment. It wasn't my plan. They just did it. I was Octane, too. I had a jump pad. I was like, let's just jump pad over there, or over him. Once the zone gets small enough,
So you know the area, Brent. Here's Market, yeah?
Yeah.
You got this big mountain to the side.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Right next to it? this is the circle.
Okay.
We're here.
Okay.
And I'm like, you guys want to go towards market? Want to go away from market?
Uh-huh.
I think there's 3 squads left.
Got it.
We hear fighting on the other side of the hill somewhere, so we're like, we gotta go
Go
right
over.
now.
Yeah.
So
What up, Sporkum?
I've seen Jake do that with Pathfinder, 100%. Well, because sometimes I'm just like, it's just 2 of them. Fuck it, we got them. Zipline right to them. Like, it's almost like I would hit them with like a suction cup.
Right.
If it were one, a zipline, and then I, down one, or I do 150 damage, but to 3 different characters or something, and then no one follows, and they're all chilling back there. I'm rezzing, and I'm just like, damn.
And if he had gotten on the ground and started fighting, I would have been behind him. But considering he got killed off the zipline and didn't even make it anywhere.
Derek's right about me dying via zipline, but I don't think, besides, it's happened, but I can't think of a time that I've died on the zipline.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
I'm getting bullied because I have autism. I'm sorry.
That's no good.
Not good. Anyway, you want to go towards market or away from market?
So Rufino doesn't know what he wants to do.
Okay.
Troy says, let's go this way to the left. I'm like, let's go this way to the right.
Okay.
So he's like, fuck it, you're Pathfinder. So I set the zip line, whatever. We go this way to the right. We come around through market. We start fighting out by those hills that are over this way, and we die right here. And you know what Troy says? If we would have gone the other way, we would have been alive. And I'm like, Troy, what the fuck are you talking about? I was like, I don't understand how us... And it was like, and these people over here had just killed the second team over here. Okay. So it was just the 2 of us. When they killed us, it was they were the champions. I was like... It was like, why? I was like, why are we putting blame there? I was like, what we should really look at is where we fell short in the fight, because that doesn't matter which way we ran. But it was just like, it's a prime example about, it was me, Troy, and Rufino. We can openly talk to each other, and he still just blamed someone else in just because of the direction we went. And I was like, it wasn't your fault though. It's not like he did something wrong. In fact, he probably was the one who was doing the most damage. But it was just like, why are we blaming?
The only argument I could see going to the right or going to the left instead of the right, his way, is it's a much shorter direction to get to them. But you didn't know where they were. Right. So in hindsight, you could have been like, going this way would have been better.
And he said that he wanted to go to the little town that's right outside market here. But in honesty, we were more like right here.
Gotcha.
So I was like, it's shorter here, and I ziplined us up to the top of market. So it was kind of like let's get an overview.
Oh, yeah.
All the same, doesn't matter. We didn't die here, there. It's just prime example about people not wanting.
Just like to blame.
No,
I get that.
Blaming.
I get that. I'll do it.
Derek will know. That's part of the problem with him in League of Legends.
Me and Alec.
It's never anyone's fault in League of Legends, except it's typically our faults. You know what I'm saying?
Me and Alec will blame each other no matter what, just because it's the way it is. Like, there was a match, last team, we're fighting. Alec's down. He starts pinging a Mirage. So I jump out to fight the Mirage, and I shoot. Ends up being a clone. So I turn and then die to the Mirage. I was like, why were you pinging the clone? He's like, I was pinging the guy. The clone left the guy. You watched the clone. I was like, I swore you're pinging. Like, we're blaming each other. But it's just that the guy played perfectly, and I fell for it. Or he fell for it and pinged him. So I felt, it was just one or the other. The guy just played his character perfectly.
There's no winning.
So it just, but yeah. There's been a lot of times. Then there's other times where I'm like, Alec, this is all your fault. And then there's other times like, dude, I fucked up. There another time down the last squad, I was like, we've got the win in the bag. Both Alec and the other team I had just revived, so they had like 2 guns maybe, silver armor at best.
Just enough. Ooh.
Just awful. I get one guy.
Bamboozled.
I down one guy, so I'm running over, and I hit another guy with the Peacekeeper, and I was like, I've got this. One shot, take him down. Me and Alec, we could take out the last guy easy. And then I see the guy go with the Peacekeeper, and I was like, I didn't reload between kills. And then I go down, Alec and the other team go down, and we lost, and I was like, if I had just reloaded, I would have easily won. Yeah. And I didn't. And that bugged me for like the next 4 matches. I was like,
it's funny. It was the game that did it for me yesterday that I was like, I have to get off. Was I had a Mastiff, and I was like, I never used this, but I've watched a couple montages that inspired me enough that I was like, I'll give it a go. And the first thing I do, grab it, blast a kid for 110, instantly downed. I was like, fantastic.
Great.
1v1 now, because it was one of the last care packages is where I got it. So the squad rushes us. We down one. There's a second guy running over to like revive him, and the third is an Octane that's just sprinting at us. And I'm already almost dead because of just some general fighting,
right?
As it were.
This happens.
This guy jumps in the air. I hit him for a headshot. Brent, guess the damage.
16.
16 damage, Brent.
I get 16.
Yeah.
I've played a lot of Apex. I know those low number
I
hits.
hit him for 16 damage with a golden gun to the head. And I was like, I will not play this game tonight. I was like, you can't catch me not playing this one anymore. I'm done.
I've had a lot of those where I'll drop, hit for 80, and I was like, sweet, one more shot. Shoot him again, even a better shot that I did before, 12. And I'd be like, how does that... Where's the math in this shotgun? Right.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the things that I was like, I gotta... But it was one where I set my mic down, I stood up, and I just walked around for a second, and I was like, trying to run the numbers. I was like, how could I have done this different? And I was like, I don't know. I hit him in the head. Like,
I've listened to... I was watching a video, and they were talking about games that show you damage numbers, and how those damage numbers are just the game, like, estimating what damage you're doing. And sometimes that number is not right. It's just the game has to give you a number as soon as you hit it. So it's guessing how much damage it does. But once it actually, like online, once the lag kicks through and it does the damage, it doesn't matter. That number might not be right.
One of the problems I found in most games with rocket launchers, shotguns, yada yada, is you'll see, like, I'll be getting shot in Call of Duty and I'll have the rocket launcher and I'll shoot it and I'll see smoke come out and everything, and then I'll die and nothing will happen.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what do you mean? What's going on? That's been happening to me with the Peacekeeper, with the VFX. Mm-hmm. Like, I hit him for 110, body shield's broken, and then I shoot and I see the spread, like, hit him in the chest and then I'm dead, and I'm like, what's going on? I see Hokey down, like, they down each other all the time.
Yeah.
But it's like, how did this one not?
Latency.
Like, what's happening?
The game, like, it's
It's
like
just,
a little bit behind.
Me sad. It makes me sad. And then this game's also getting me where I run around a corner and I'm around the corner, but I die.
Yep, but you're not like, really behind the corner.
I'm like, listen here, buckaroo.
Yep.
This game has driven me to Borderlands even harder.
That's good.
It was one of the first things I asked Rufino. I was like, Rufino, why are we not playing Borderlands right now instead? He's like, why the fuck would we be playing Borderlands?
That's another good point.
And I was like, because it ain't this.
All right.
That's where I fall. But we'll get to that.
We'll get to that. First, we got to intro the show. This is Pocket Change, the show where we give you a penny for your thoughts within our 2 cents. We talk about the things we like, the things we dislike, and the things we just can't ignore. You can watch live every Monday and Wednesday on twitch.tv/realpixel and be part of the conversation, just like Derek, Sporkum, P-Stabs, T-Vogs, all you guys are. It's a good time, and then you can watch later on YouTube, Twitch, or if you have that podcast service and just like to listen to some fun voices, you can do that too. Sitting here right now, I just realized that because we did a late show on Thursday, I haven't edited last week, so I'm going to have to do a double edit of last week's show and today for tomorrow release. But usually Monday and Wednesday are the days you can check it out. And how we start every show is what we viewed in review. I viewed a lot of stuff, and the first thing I want to talk about will actually bring up a topic that I want to get Stokes' opinion on. So I watched Snowden.
Not a traitor. I don't know the question.
Okay,
I
watched Snowden.
Just throw it out there.
And it was a fine movie. Like, I went in thinking it was going to be a little bit more than what it was.
Did Michael Mann do that?
No, I think it was Oliver Stone.
Oliver Stone.
Oliver Stone with Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
JGL.
And it was a fine movie. I enjoyed it. I liked watching it. But I was hoping for a little bit more information. I felt like they gave me all the information that I already had, you know? Like, there wasn't much more in there besides the relationship with him and his, like, girlfriend / I don't know if they got married or whatever.
Boo-boo.
Yeah. So that was nice. That was interesting to see that. But, like, other than that, it's just, like, I kind of already knew all this information. I thought there was going to be more inside stuff. But I wanted to get your opinion on Edward Snowden. Leaks secrets.
Sure he did.
The secrets that the government was pretty much spying on people.
Yes.
Do you think he should have? That's all. I was just wondering what your opinion.
Should have is tough to say.
Okay. Do you think?
I think that what he did is A-okay.
Okay.
And that him being,
ostracized to Russia?
Yes. Essentially like you're stuck in Russia and Russia's like, no, we'll protect you.
Yeah.
It makes sense that Russia would be the one to protect them. But it's also like America's doing something skeezy. And they showed the American people, or he shows the American people that the government's doing something skeezy. Mm-hmm. Cool.
Okay, that's interesting.
What do you think?
I don't know. I fall on either side. Like, on one hand, I'm like, if he was a journalist or somebody not part of the government that's just like, hey, I found this out, I tell you, that makes sense to me. But once you go that route, you kind of sign up to be on that team. And my safety is like...
Well, it's tough because what about in all the movies when the last minute save is the bad guy that turned good?
But like
the secondary character, that's what Snowden is.
But like my safety is based on the people in that signed that line doing their job. Like I had to
safety.
Well, like just like the country, like in you ever see Olympus Has Fallen? I think it was the one with Gerard Butler.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, remember when they're presidents? He's got like 6 people, and all 6 people have this code that they can't give up, but they're the only people that have that part of the code, and once they give up the code, the bad guy can do the bomb or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're just like, you give up your code, I'll hold on to mine, save your life. And I'm like, no, it's her job to die there, so I pay taxes. It's her job to die in the situation. It's your job all to die, so I'm safe. That's how I feel. You signed up, you get to die right now. Congratulations.
Sure.
That's why I feel.
Again, that's a little different because that is all for physical protection. This is kind of like... It's the opposite of protection when the government's stealing your data in a way of they're just watching your data be created and taking it. You know what I mean?
I guess, but I mean, we give it to Google and Apple for free all the time. Why shouldn't the government be able to watch it? I don't know.
It's something that it's also just like if it's tough because we have hindsight of the knowing what he leaked.
Yeah.
But if someone big came to me and said, "Hey, we've got fucking huge government information that we could leak right now. Should I do it?" And they've got the deal or no deal button. I'd probably say no deal. Okay. I'd be like, don't do that. Because if it was like fucking aliens are on this planet right now or something, chaos. And it's just like, what could people say that the government... Like, there's enough... Government secrets should be real to protect me physically from my crazy ass neighbors that are going to kill themselves because War of the Worlds is being aired.
Right.
You know what I mean? But this, knowing what it is, protects nobody. I think the only thing, because I'm not super brushed up on my Snowden information.
Right.
Was that what he leaked had the names of people in it. It had like declassified names in there.
I will save you if your neighbors are crazy.
That's all I need, Spork.
See?
That's all I need is a guarantee.
Sporkin for president.
I take my no deal from the aliens guy. Fucking deal.
Did you see that?
I would love to know.
I'm pretty sure the April Fool's thing about Dave Grohl running for president.
No.
I saw it on Facebook today, and I was like, yeah, okay. It's April Fool's. If it's still saying tomorrow, I'll believe you.
Yeah.
Spork, my U.S. neighbors are crazy. Please protect me. If he won, best country ever. I'm pretty sure it's an April Fool's thing.
That would not be.
But at the same time, it could be going on, and I would not be that surprised.
I can't imagine that would be a good win for the nation.
I don't know.
I mean, he's a cool guy. Plays a good Satan.
He's made a lot of successful things.
He has.
And he's always seems to be on the right side of things.
Sure.
To line up with what I believe in. So, Does he have my vote yet? No. But let me see what platform he's running under. Let's see what his
I'm saying,
man. Maybe. I mean, it's very rare someone can make one successful band. This guy did it twice. All right? At 2 different parts of the band. So, I'm just saying.
Guy knows what he's doing.
I'm just saying.
Guy knows what he's doing. P-Stabs, you want us on your side because we've got the guns. When I say we, I mean literally we. I don't know if Brent has any guns, but I have enough for me, Brent, you. I don't know if I'm handing Cleric a gun. He might kill Brent. I am not a gun person. Like, I have no reason that I think I need a gun. I don't want a gun. Not yet. But this is the thing. I've started thinking about this. I don't want a gun to have protection against anything that happens in just like society's still running. Yeah, you don't want anything government long.
Right.
Or government-wide
But
shutdowns.
Like zombie apocalypse, like standard apocalypse, any apocalyptic setting, I'm like,
you got to be ready.
I may need something. That's the only thing I'm worried about. If someone breaks into my house, I know my best case is to walk out of my bedroom and grab the sword off my wall more than find a gun and load it and get it all ready to go, because who knows when the last time it was fired or cleaned or where the ammo is in comparison to all that stuff, you know?
Well, that's why you manage that.
Not worth my time. The sword is good enough.
You know, Derek always had this funny idea where what you're settling down. It's your final home. You build it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You hide axes in between every stud. And that
punch through the drywall.
At any point, someone's looking at you. You punch through the drywall. You rip an axe out of the wall. What the fuck would you do if you were? I'd be like, bro, listen. What else is in these walls?
I think people also talked about is like there's a 6 feet theory or maybe a 10 feet thing where if you're within 10 feet, a knife is going to beat a gun.
It's probably shorter than 10 feet.
I think
I imagine 10 feet you'd win a gun because what are you going to do with a knife from 10 feet away?
Well, the thing is I can reach you and stab you in 10 feet before you can draw a gun and shoot me. Like, if you don't know when I'm
I guess if I
you,
don't have a gun, like, if we're both barehanded and you've got a knife in your pocket and I've got a gun in my pocket, I don't know.
There's a
can't
thing.
imagine.
Quarter Digital tested it out a few different times and it always seemed to be the knife wins out. Because, like, unless you were
in these sorts of situations, I would imagine your gun's drawn. You know what I mean? Like, someone breaks into your house, you don't pull the gun out and put it in your pocket. You know what I mean?
No, but not saying you. But like, I could beat the intruder with a knife within 10 feet.
Oh,
because they're not walking around with the gun drawn. They're in there for.
Well, they probably got it in their hand.
Maybe in their hand, but even then, rip stream.
That's not what we like to hear.
Working for me. Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Ooh. Oh my God, P-stabs.
Come on, P-stabs. Okay, it's me. Woo.
But anyway,
that's what we like to hear. It's you.
Snowden was worth a watch. I wish it was a little bit deeper.
Are you getting a gun though?
No, probably not.
No, you got just guns down there.
Yeah, I know.
Or not just guns. It's not just guns.
What up, Sir Jabik? Thought we were just chatting.
Stream's going?
We are just chatting.
Whatever, Sir Jabik. Whatever. Didn't need it.
No, I probably won't get a gun.
I think it'd be fun to go shooting guns with you, Brent. We could
shoot a gun with you.
We could make content of it.
I'll go shoot a gun with you, but I'm not going to own a gun. 1, I don't have money for that shit. 2,
you don't have money for that shit.
Where am I going to put it or do with it?
You can put it.
Yeah, what's the point of it?
It's not a fucking elephant. You can put it anywhere.
It's a lot. I don't know.
You can have it just hanging right over this way.
Why would I do that? That seems completely irresponsible.
Maybe you could.
I mean, I could. Could also have a guillotine set up somewhere. What's the point? It's only there to kill people, you know?
Imagine a guillotine setting up. You're like, listen, buddy, you smack the wall and then fucking just slice them in half. You
it's
know
a
what
lot.
I'm saying?
It has to be a lot taller than you think. I think it has to be like 10 or 12 feet.
Dude, you get a sharp enough guillotine 1 foot tall. We're hitting on the top of the head, dude. I'm like, I'm what they call stunned. I am minimally, at least barely, I'm stunned.
I took my brother out to shoot an AR last month. First time he ever shot and loved it. I've shot guns in the past. I shot like...
What have you shot, Brent?
I've shot like hunting guns, rifles, all that stuff. I shot an AR-14, I think it is. No, it wasn't a 15. It was like... It was like that, or it was an M14. It was like, there's like the normal one, you know, like M16, AR-15. You've heard those. This is one that was like a number different.
It's like the AK-74?
Yeah, something like that. I can't remember what it was, but I shot that. Like, I've shot guns before. But besides, like...
Other than a BB gun?
I've had a lot of BB guns.
You know what's funny? I forgot what we were watching, but Shay and I were watching something where it's like, this person's always been fucked up, and it showed him shooting animals as a kid, and I was like, I used to do that a lot. Because it would be porch. You step onto the porch. If I were to just do a front flip, if I could, I would hit a tree. Like, it's like trees could have just fallen out of my house at any time.
Right.
Trailer, really. But lots of birds there. I just sit there with my little BB handgun and just shoot birds. And just they drop and I just let them sit there. And it was just like, I don't see the problem with that.
See, this is funny because you do that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm worried now. But see, when I was in middle school, what we'd do is for my birthday, we'd go up north, go out in the woods, and we'd play manhunt, where we would all just take BB guns and shoot each other.
Yeah, no BB guns for me.
Oh, yeah.
With other people. It's so much so that someone wants to play airsoft with me? No. Like, I don't like airsoft. I don't like paintball. Like, I just don't like getting shot with shit. I've been shot with it. I've done it. I did it as a kid. But it's like, you ask me now, I'm like, no, I don't want to do that.
That's weird.
Yeah, birds. Squirrels. Squirrels, I will say, was only once. It was probably 15 squirrels, but it was one afternoon of squirrels.
What about laser tag? Are you okay getting shot with laser tag?
Big fan of laser tag.
I don't
Huge
understand. But there's no fear. That's what drives paintball. And come on.
I'm not a fear-driven person, man.
Oh man.
It's the same reason I don't do like snowmobiles or anything like that. It's just like, I don't know. It's not for me. Like any sort of adrenaline or like motorsport high intensity, like
I guess
none of that stuff's for me.
I guess I never look at snowmobiling and quad and all that stuff the same as paintball. You know.
I suppose there was the.
So no skydiving.
You know, it's funny because like Shay, for instance, likes paintball.
It's great.
We haven't done it in a long time just because it's never what we want. Like we have one day, let's go paintballing, you know. And
yeah.
No. But she's like, I would like to swim with sharks once, and I am terrible at swimming. Like that's probably one of the only skills I truly will never acquire.
Got it.
Is swimming.
Why?
My mom was afraid of water.
Oh, I know, but like you could learn to swim right now.
I could learn to swim right now, but it's like I don't necessarily like swimming right now because I just never did it.
Okay.
But all the same, it's something that Shay likes doing, that kind of shit. Mm-hmm. And if Shay wanted to go skydiving, I wouldn't just have her do it by herself and be like, yeah, absolutely, I'll go with you. But it's not what gets me off. You know what I mean? It's not what I'm going to do. And if you said, hey, Jake, do you want to go skydiving? I'd say, no. If Shay said, hey, I want to go skydiving, then I'll be like, I'll go with you. But if she flipped that question around and said, hey, Jake, I want to go skydiving, do you? I'm like, no. Absolutely not. But I will do it with you.
I feel like I would have played a lot more paintball if it wasn't so expensive. Because I love paintball.
It was expensive.
Way too expensive.
Well, not only that, but it felt like every time I went, I would go with just enough people for maybe a team, and then we'd have to play with the kids that just come every day. Mm-hmm. And they've got the craziest shit I've ever seen in my life.
You got the double finger?
The double fingers, but the double triggers. Mm-hmm. Have you seen that? Yep. I'm just like, what the fuck? But I'm doing thunk, 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 you know, and they're just I can see the line of paintballs. It's almost,
they've got like the bags of all the canisters, like, and half of them spill out, but they don't care because they got a million more.
I'm over here like ones and two and off the ground from the paintballs that didn't go. I'm just loading those into the hopper, trying to.
Yeah,
I'm out, dude. And then I can think of the most recent time I went paintballing. You know, we were doing one where it's like, oh, you got shot, you're out. We're doing like a one time. I got shot. And I like stood up like this and I started walking towards the exit and I got shot in the face and then in the neck right away. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I'm walking like this. I'm walking straight through the center and it just straight on and then right on the neck. And I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Why are people out for the kill?
Dude,
that's why
when that blood gets going, I'm ready to go. You know, let's take them down.
Like, it's interesting because I guess blood gets going, adrenaline starts moving. You're like, the victory's close, like those kinds of feelings. I could do, for instance, like I've been daydreaming a lot lately about like basketball. Like I used to have that in basketball, and I want to play basketball again because it's very much even if you're shit and you're gonna lose by 20, your heart's still going, just because you moved, just because you're running around.
Yeah, I guess there's no fear, but
well, sure, but there's the want for glory. You know what I mean? There's like because every once in a while, Brent. Obviously, it's been a long time.
Right.
There was that one time they moved me up to varsity when I was a freshman. Okay. Tip slammed on a couple of kids from Detroit, and the whole fucking place went crazy. I live for that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's what you go for, not like I don't want to get hit. It's more like no, I want victory. Like I guess maybe that's the best way to say it.
Well, I want victory too. I want
you want victory
to see my
too,
enemies driven before me and hear the limitations of their women. You know, that's what I want. That's what I live for. You don't get that in basketball. All you get is squeaky shoes and then points that don't matter for 70 minutes, and then the last 5 minutes that do.
Hey man, I don't know what you're talking about.
You score a point in the first 5 minutes of the game. It doesn't matter.
No one cares because if no one scores points in the first 5 minutes,
no one cares.
Oh, Brent.
Now, see if you're like, now it's just sports in general. Then I get hockey because you go on to that victory, but then also you get the chance to break some kids. You know, when I did that in basketball, they would throw me out of the game.
Basketball's pretty physical.
They're like, hey, you did that 5 times, you're out. And I was like, are you kidding me? What are you talking about? It's dumb. They're like, you can't body check someone in the air when they're going up for a layup. And I'm like, tell them to stop going up for layups. I don't understand. They're making the choice to go up there.
Maybe body check is something you shouldn't do in basketball. Just period.
Why not? That's what I'm saying. This is why.
Because they have picks that are essentially body checks. You let them body check themselves off of you.
This is what I'm saying.
If you get body checked without actually getting body checked, you sell it good enough, you can kick other people out of the game.
Think about how great basketball would be if you could body check in the air.
I don't think I'd like it anymore.
It would be awesome. It would actually be a real sport, you know?
I mean, here's another thing. You know pickleball?
No.
It's notoriously a sport for the elderly because it's essentially tennis, but you're moved in really close.
Okay.
And you have wooden paddles, wiffle balls, and the net's pretty high.
Okay.
So you can't just because if you were to do that, it would just go flying.
Okay.
It's like you gotta dink it as the actual vocab term. You gotta do a little dink.
Sporkum, basketball, exactly.
Because it's pickleball. They call the paddle a diller. That's a fun fact.
Okay.
But you're sitting there, you're just dinking it. But in high school,
dinking it with your diller.
That's right. In high school, it's something that I played a fuck ton of pickleball because with the way they made it more active, they used almost, I think it was a badminton net dropped way low. Okay. So it was only like 2 feet tall, and they spread the court out to be the volleyball court. So it was like tennis, but it was indoors, something you set up really easy. And my school just didn't have tennis courts, so there's that. But that's something where you could probably modify it. I've played basketball where everyone's just fucking roughhousing, like essentially body checking people. Oh, you got knocked to the ground? Well, there's no fucking ref here. We're here to just get the ball in the hoop and that's it.
Right.
And that can be just as fun. I'm not saying I would never want to play again on a league or a team per se, but pickup basketball where these things happen, I could dig on.
Okay. Yep. Full contact basketball is the only one I'm good at. Exactly.
I feel like
I remember this one time.
Spork them like a 6'2", like
I was
Samoan Thunder.
I was playing basketball, and someone's going up for the layup. And when they go for the layup, I do the stutter step to make sure I'm just a little bit after them, so I can body check them in the air because that's how you're supposed to do it. And so they're going up for it, and I go, wham, right with my shoulder, like almost. I put my hand up to make it look like I'm going for the ball, but I ain't going for the ball. The body's right there. Hit that body. He lands, tumbles, hits one of those doors at the end of the court, falls through the door, and the door closes. And it goes quiet for a second. I just hold up. That's 5, and I walked off the court.
Wow.
It was great. That's how I play basketball. That's how you make it fun. Otherwise, you're just running back and forth for a long time for no reason.
We had a kid one time. He was in, the school has its rival. Mm-hmm. But, the class or the grade or the team, they have their own rival.
Right.
The one that they've lost to every year, even though it's not the real, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. We were against them, the kids that just shit-talked, even though we beat them at everything. They just kept shit-talking us. And we had this one kid who was the son of the coach of everything, because I grew up in an area. One coach was the coach of everything,
of course.
But it was something where he thought he was going to get body checked in the air, and he was doing a layup, and he, someone, almost pump-faked him, and he got, scared midair. And he threw the ball up and onto the mezzanine on a layup. He went over the hoop all the way up and landed on the mezzanine. Everyone's like, no fouls called. They're just out of bounds. And it was never stopped making fun of that kid for it because he just threw it 15, 20 feet in the air. Just see ya. And it's where are you going with that thing?
Oh, man.
Even if you aimed it right at the perfect spot, it would either have gotten wedged in between the rim and the hoop, or it would have just hit the hoop and then gone flying to half court. There was a lot of power behind it.
I saw this great video. God, I don't even know.
I've had a few people. You want to pull up material real quick?
Hold on.
Well, don't type it.
Okay.
I've had a few people send me this article in the middle because I have that phone.
Oh, do you?
I have it sitting on my entertainment center because growing up, Garfield was one of my favorite characters. I have maybe the first, I don't know, 800 Garfield comics.
Oh, okay.
I have them all, and I was just a big fan. But it's pretty interesting. I have that phone.
What's God? When you are
airball.
No, when you're you don't like somebody, you're
free.
God, free. I don't remember what it is. It's not distaste, but you're
disgust.
No, it's I can't think of the word.
Rivalry.
When you just completely disrespect.
Oh, that's I don't know if you actually gave me a synonym there.
That's it. This video right here. Oh my God. I watched this a million times. It's so good.
Lacrosse can be a pretty metal sport. Oh no.
He walks in and scores. But the break of that kid's ankles and then the look he gives. Oh, I'm sorry.
He's
And
just
then
like,
bye.
man, he gives him a little sayonara.
Oh my god, it's so good.
What an alpha male.
That's what I live for right there. He's playing that long dick game.
Yeah. Something like that.
Okay, so next thing I watched, because I got a lot to get through, I watched Dirt, which is a movie, the Motley Crue movie.
Didn't look good.
It was fine. It was entertaining, I guess. Okay. I didn't know. I never really listened to Motley Crue. Like I know the songs. I don't know the story of the characters. Then I would hear names. And I'm like, oh, I remember that. And then little things would happen. I'd be like, oh yeah, I kind of remember this. It was interesting. And I don't know if it was just the movie, but like they talked about how like rock stars.
Well, Sporkum seems to have loved it.
Did you love Dirt or love the clip?
Who knows?
Anyway, they talk about how like rock stars, they used to trash hotel
Dirt. They love Dirt.
They trash hotel rooms because that's what they thought rock stars did. Motley Crue did it because they were Motley Crue. Like that's just how they were. I don't know if that was like the movie thing or whatever, but like I just like
makes me hate them more.
It was interesting because they also did this thing where it's like their first concert as Motley Crue or whatever. They got up on stage, started playing, everyone was booing them, and this one dude's just like, "Who's the girl singer?" And he's just like, "Hey, shut up!" And then he spits on the lead singer's leather pants. And so everyone in the band jumps out and beats the shit out of people. And then they get all thrown out and they're standing there. And then this one guy's like, yeah, Motley Crue! And they get up and play it out. Everyone's into them because they beat the shit out of people. And I was like, that's like a level of like rock bandness that we'll never have again. Like it's just specifically that area. But it was just interesting. It was a fun movie. I'm not a huge music person, so it didn't hit me, but I thought they broke the fourth wall a couple times, which was interesting. Like the guy that plays Ramsay Bolton in Game of Thrones plays Merc. What's his name? I don't know. One of the guys, the old guy. And there's a part where the manager shows up and like breaks down a fight and says, "You guys are gonna need a manager." He looks at the screen, he's like, "This didn't happen this way. We actually met him at a bar with his partner. His partner was a pretty good guy. It's really sad that we wrote him out of this movie, but we think it was better to tell it this way." And then he goes on with the movie, and I was like, "That's so weird."
Why would they tell us that it was like the way they're showing it is a lie?
Because then they showed a clip of how it like actually happened, and then it just would come back to the story. I don't know. It's just the way they did it. There's the guy that like
I don't really get that.
I don't know.
I don't get the point of that. I don't see how that even fits into like the idea of a rock star movie. Like maybe it's just we're being film rock stars or something. Like, I don't really get that.
I don't know. It was just interesting.
Strange.
Funny parts. Charman. It was a little found footage movie I found on Amazon. It was a fun watch. The ending was very lackluster. I didn't understand why they went that direction. About it. It was fun. Genlock.
You finished it?
Finished it.
Give me the overarch.
It's
before I forget,
okay.
I've wanted to say it like 2 or 3 times, not in this podcast, but generally. Do you want to go to Comic-Con in May?
I think we are going because Alec got tickets for his birthday, so we are going, yes.
Tickets for his birthday to Comic-Con? Motor City?
Yes, I think so.
May, I think, 17th, 18th, 19th?
Yes, because his birthday is the 20th.
Well, I think... Do you know what he got tickets for? Or maybe it's a weekend?
I think we're going to the 18th, if I remember right.
That's Saturday.
I think Saturday.
Well, I think I'm going to be going on Sunday. Saturday, notoriously the best day.
Okay.
100%. Sunday, however, Shay doesn't listen to this, thank goodness. What was going to happen, going to get Shay concert tickets to Mumford & Sons.
Okay.
One of her favorite bands of all time. Fell through because those were going to be free.
Okay.
Ended up falling through. But David Tennant's coming to the Motor City Comic-Con. Think it might get her the autograph picture bundle
whole thing
tickets.
Yep.
Get her that for the David Tennant thing. Exclusively on Sunday, though.
Gotcha.
It's like the day for that.
Does he charge for signatures?
Yes. Man, fucking people, man. I don't get it.
But anyway.
I think it's $40 for a signature. $40 for a photo.
It's insane.
And then there's other shit that he has like $100, and you will get you'll do a photo with this person, and this person, all from Doctor Who, because they got Billie Piper, I think her name is.
Okay.
Someone else from Doctor Who, I don't fucking know. David Tennant though, Shay's favorite Doc, but also he's just great, and he's in Genlock.
He is in Genlock.
That's where I was going with that. But I have. As cool as to be to see him, that's all I care about. I just want to see people. There's no one there I really have like the desire to meet. So get her the tickets, but just get me a general ticket. But I know that would really, really make her day.
If I ever become famous enough where people want my signature,
Free.
100%. Why would I ever charge for it? It boggles my mind. It just is insane to me. I just don't get that at all. Or a picture, like, yeah, it's not going to cost me anything to stand for. I just don't get that mindset of anybody.
How about this?
Yeah.
You charge $10, $5 even.
Okay.
$5. You sign people's stuff. It's $5, and then you can have whatever.
Okay.
All the photos, as a normal person would be allotted.
Okay.
At the end of it all, though, you have them signed as like guest book.
Uh-huh.
You send all of them $5 signed by you. You deface American Village. You give them $5 back with with your signature on it as like a thanks for coming out, man. So you give them their $5 back, but you also sign it for them while giving them all their signature stuff. Because it might, from everyone that's there, even the like, I don't know who the fuck you are.
Right.
$7 to get a photo with them. I'm just like, I think it might be the con that is like, hey, we're gonna take 10% of everything that.
The only thing with that is the con game. Like maybe it's one of those things where the con's like you have to pay blank to get a table. So they're like, how much do I have to charge to make this worth it? Then, sure, but to me, I'll always be like, okay, I'm gonna bring stuff and sell that stuff. Then I'm not gonna sell me writing on paper or a picture.
Yeah.
Unless it's because I'm like
merch
they
and
bought
and
a ticket to get in here just to see me.
Yeah.
Like it's just so weird to think about. Like I don't know. Maybe because I'm not in that world, maybe that's why I don't. David Tennant's like,
you would
if
also
I do
think
this
that
and charge
like,
$40.
It's like, does David Tennant have to buy a spot in the con, or were they like, please, Mr. Tennant, we'll give you the spot for free?
That's the other. It's
so it's like who's making money off of this stuff? Tennant doesn't need our fucking money, so it's like who's getting the dollars?
That's what usually what I see at those events.
Is it
con? Are there people that
aptly named?
There are people that have been big once that are no longer big, and instead of just keeping a job, they do this to supplement their income.
Lando.
David Tennant's still doing work. It's just like those. I just don't understand. And maybe it's something behind the scenes. Maybe their managers are getting the money, and so they're the ones that set it up. He just shows up. He gets paid for showing up. He doesn't know how much you're getting charged. He doesn't even realize you're getting charged, but the manager's taking that money. I don't know how it all works, but I feel like if I had any control over any event I've ever been to, would ever go to, I'd be like,
you
don't
could
charge
do
anybody anything.
You could just say, I'm not coming. Don't stop inviting me, and then just show up.
Yeah. The other thing,
just go to a con because we've been to a couple. I don't know how many you would be going to, assuming you're famous at this point, but
yeah,
I don't know how tired you'd be of just going to cons. Period.
It would be fun. I feel like
that's what I think. But we also think being famous in every capacity would be fun. But
that was the other thing I saw.
No one says that.
I know it seems weird because I saw this video of Taylor Swift. It was like a music video where she turns invisible and she can be herself now. And I was like, you could like the best part about being a celebrity is you can be yourself 100% and it doesn't matter,
Or it matters the mostest.
I don't know. But anyway, or I had this other thing when I went and saw Chuck Palahniuk. He was like, it costs you $35 or $30 or something, but you get the hardcover edition of the Fight Club too. So it's like, so I bought the book and you're going to sign it and 2 other things that I bring for free. So I had to buy a ticket, but the ticket got me a book, which was $30. So I just bought the book and got to be in line.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, that makes sense to me. That's why I did it. I was like, this makes sense. Another thing I saw, maybe because I'm just more in that author world.
You get a photo.
But
David Tennant.
I saw Christopher Paolini, the writer of the Inheritance Cycle. He tweeted out a picture recently of the books on a shelf, and he's like, "Hey, there are a blank number of copies of Aragon Eldest Brissinger in this airport bookstore. I signed all of them. Go grab them." And somebody replied, he's like, "Did you ask if you could sign them?" And then he tweeted back, "No, they're my books. I can do what I want." It was so funny. Oh my God. It was so great. But I was like, that's awesome. If you go to a store and you pick books and then take a picture, be like, "Hey, there's signed books here that no one knows about. They're the same price and everything. Just go find them. My books, I can do what I want." That's awesome. And I was like,
that's
if
great.
My books are ever everywhere, anytime I run into them, I'm signing it. There's I think I didn't like the movie.
You know what you do?
Yeah, go ahead.
You hide a clue to our Easter egg game in there.
There it is. See?
And then you just tuck that back in there.
I also thought about this is going to ruin it now, but I never thought I'd actually do it because I know people would just get angry. It wouldn't be as like in my head. I think it'd be really cool, but I don't think it would be that cool. Is I always thought about writing like parts of a book on bathroom stalls, and it'd be like part 1, and write the part, and then go to somewhere else in the world on a bathroom stall, write part 2, and maybe have people find the parts of the books throughout the world and try to piece it all together and stuff. But I just know, working in retail, working at a movie theater, if I see something on a stall, no matter what it is, I'm cleaning that shit off right away. It's like it's an employee's job to clean it. So yeah.
Maybe that's why. Maybe the way you do it then is you put it in like geotags.
Yeah.
You just put one single word file that's just part 1, and you put it in a popular geotag spot.
Maybe something. I don't know.
I would love to just freak people out and just leave wacky shit there. Like be like, you know, like have you ever seen those where you order a mystery box from the dark web and they put like completely non-compelling anything, but it's like it could be creepy because you got it from the dark web. You know, it's like I got this from the middle of it was in the stump of a tree and. Oh my God, it's got all this weird cryptic shit.
Also, they'd 100% find the ending first. And that's also why I would not write the end until people found parts. Or I would do it like Welcome to Night Vale or something, where it's just weird. It's like a weird story that just keeps going.
Yeah.
Like almost like
or where the ending isn't the part of the book that matters.
Yeah. Or it's like a soap opera, like a dark, trippy soap opera story that just keeps going for as long as I want to write it and stuff. But, Genlock, where we started this whole thing. Genlock, great show. It's first season. It's pretty much laying the groundwork for the rest of the show.
I'm gonna need you to text me your information for Rooster Teeth first.
Is it all still only on Rooster Teeth first?
Yes.
Okay.
That I know of. I've looked for it. Otherwise,
it's probably
maybe today they would have put it up because you said it was their anniversary.
It is their anniversary. Everything on their site's free today, so you can watch Achievement Haunter. You can watch Weird Place. You can watch Hardcore Tabletop.
Do that with your login.
You can. But
bless.
Hardcore Tabletop season 1, and then season 2 is coming out soon, which is exciting. Mm-hmm. Greg Miller's on it for season 2, not season 1.
I loaded up because I was like, "What happened?" Like I never listened to Kind of Funny's coverage of Borderlands. Let me just listen to it. I listened to it, and it was like, "Hey, what's up? I'm Fran Mirabella," and I was like, "Fuck, I barely know this guy." And then alongside me is some random guest that I've never heard of before, and the laughing voice in the back was Barrett Courtney, and I'm like. Who are you people?
They've changed
and
up.
I was like,
some people
like,
but you did pick
keep doing what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I think you lost me. I was like, I am going to be a Game Over Greggy person from now on. It's now the Real Pixel or we're Real Pixel podcast. Yeah. It's the Kind of Funny podcast. So like, I'm probably gonna listen to that still, just because it's the OG. But
Gamescast still, aside from Greg, just like everyone else. I
miss Colin.
I like Greg. I like Nick. Nick Scarpino's my favorite.
Nick's funny.
Tim Geddes is great. I love all of them.
No. I could like Tim as a person. I don't want to hear him talk about games ever. I
listen to all their shows. If there's an episode where it's like people I don't really know, I'll listen to it and see if they talk about stuff that I like, and then I might skip it or not. But I still... Most of the time, it is still Greg or Tim on Gamescast or Games Daily. It's just you probably picked a weird episode where they were busy or something.
And it was about Borderlands, and I was like, not today.
Not today.
So
anyway,
that made me sad.
But Genlock is great. It's really an anime setting up the basis for a show. But at the end, they do like this whole thing, and I was just like, this just reminds me of Power Rangers and Gundam, and all those things, just like mashed in one. It's great.
I picked up a Gundam model today. I picked up and looked at it, and I was like, I want you. And then I was like, put it down and walk away.
Did you see the new?
This is the start. This is a gateway drug.
Did you see the new? The start of something. The show that dropped on Netflix, Ultraman. They did a new. Ultraman.
I saw that it existed,
and
I saw the trailer. When did it come out?
I think I saw it today on Netflix, so I'm guessing today.
Oh, yeah, because I was looking at Netflix yesterday. Didn't see it, so.
Another movie I watched, Butterfly Kisses. This is another found footage movie, but it's like 2 found footage movies in one. But it's like this old wives' tale where if you go to this train tracks in this tunnel and you look down the tunnel and don't blink for an hour, Peeping Tom appears. And then every time you blink after that, he gets closer. And once he gets up to you, once you blink again, he'll kill you. But then they talk about like if he's right here and you try to keep your eyes open and don't blink, he's got these long eyelashes that'll tickle your face so you blink and stuff.
Why would you go stare down that anyway then? Derek, did you just watch that werewolf episode? It's so funny. He called me yesterday. He's like, bro, have you seen Love, Death, and Robots? And I was like, fuck yeah, I did. I just finished it with Shay, this morning. It was days ago or whatever. And he's like, what the fuck? It's like, I called to tell you that you got to watch 3 Robots. I think you and Shay would really like that. It's got exploding kitties. And I was like, yeah, I showed that one to Shay. But then he watched the Beyond the Aquila Rift, and he's like, dude, what the fuck? He's like, he texts me the next morning like, I think I have nightmares. Like,
it's funny.
Yeah.
But
I told him that he would like because he's a huge Naruto fan. Naruto.
Mm-hmm.
Naruto. However you want to say it.
Okay.
Nine-Tails Fox.
Yeah.
Of course. So I was like, hey, you're going to like this one about it's the anime style with the fox and the machine. He didn't like it.
Oh.
I mean, he may have liked it, but compared to episode 1 where it fucking got him hard,
Mm-hmm.
He must have liked the less. So I don't know where he falls 100%, if it was just comparatively less or what.
But what was cool about Butterfly Kisses is it was this guy had found the footage and was piecing together a movie and trying to sell the movie as like, hey, this is real footage that I found. And that was part of the movie. No one would believe him. And they had people that were actually from other things. Like they had the director from Blair Witch come in and talk, be like, I don't really believe it's kind of it's kind of tropey by this point. I don't know why he's trying to do it. And we tried to pretend our movie was real, but then once it came out and got hype, we obviously told everyone it was fake. But he's still trying to sell it as real. And I was like, oh, this, because as someone like me is watching a million pound footage, I was like, oh, I'm all into this. I'm all too. And the guy Peeping Tom was really creepy, and I liked the way they did stuff, and it made me jump a couple times.
Sounds like a stupid premise though. Go stare down a tunnel for an hour so that someone can come murder you. Well, that's not the whole Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary with the lights off.
It's the same thing.
I know, except that takes 15 seconds max.
Well, this thing they did.
This is an hour of not blinking.
This was the thing. Is the video, the found footage people were like, "This is my college thesis. Is this person? How do we prove that he's real or fake, or the old wives' tale of it?" And they got this guy that was a person staring contest champ or whatever. He does it for 14 minutes and can't hold it any longer. So they put a camera up and they let the camera record for an hour.
Cameras can't blink.
But then what happens is every time they turn off the camera and start recording another clip, in every clip he gets closer. Because it's the camera blinking.
See him?
They see him. The camera sees him,
but they don't see him.
But they don't ever see him physically in person
at the camera
until they they're with the camera.
Silly.
And it'll be they're filming the person talking, and in the background on a building he's standing there, and then they'll turn it back on, he's closer on the top of the building and stuff like that. And then there's a part where the guy's filming stuff in a football field, and he hits blink test, and he gets closer and closer in the football field, but the guy never sees it until he watches the footage. He doesn't see it in real life. But it's interesting. And then there's little things there's audio static that is Morse code that says blink every time the camera turns on, stuff like that. It was fun. I liked it, but it's also one of those trashy found footage movies that I'll eat up forever. So
you don't have to explain yourself to me. I feel that.
Mercy Black, another horror movie. I found it dropped on Netflix. I saw someone tweets hey, I did a movie with Blumhouse. It's on Netflix now. You should check it out. So I was like, cool. I checked it out. I
like Blumhouse.
It was okay. It was a fun horror movie. It kind of goes in the direction you expect it, but it's kind of like a retelling of the story of the girls that stabbed the other girl for Slenderman. But in this story, it's 2 girls take a girl out and stab her for Mercy Black, and then years later, the one of the girls gets let out and tries to have a normal life and is still plagued by it. It's a fun time. It's a good one. It's on Netflix. It was a short watch. If you're craving a horror movie, not the best. There's a lot of other better horror movies out there, but it was fun, easy, digestible. Had a cool twist at one point. It was fun.
Very good.
You finished Love, Death, and Robots then?
I did.
Cool.
I was let down by the Mary Elizabeth Winstead episode.
Is that the Lucky
Grace.
13? No. Oh, that one? I love that one. That was great.
No, I was like, this is a funny idea. I like the way they're acting, how they're both just like, oh, yeah. It looks like they finally nuked each other.
Is Love, Death, and Robots anime?
It's every art style, period.
It's a ton of different art styles.
But even the ones that are anime, they're not really anime. They're more like a Cartoon Network cartoon, or like a Studio Ghibli cartoon, or a comic book looking cartoon. I can't think of one that I would have picked out and said that's anime.
Yeah,
there's and one anything, that's kind of thematically that way, but
and really, it doesn't even the anime. Even if it's there's none that have like the anime tropes. You know, there's not like the the harems and all
Listen,
that.
P Stabs. I only watch one anime, maybe two, and even then, they're very low ranking on my shows I like. Love, Death, and Robots is pretty high. It's phenomenal. It's animated, Derek. However, it's not in the style of Japanese anime.
Yeah.
I can't think of any that are anime.
Anime.
Hey. Anime.
And he wrote Catfish.
Yeah, Shay's been watching the show Catfish.
Okay.
And when Shay starts watching something, I start watching something.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched a couple of the early episodes, season 1
Yep.
stuff, and it is fucking awful. It's like unbearable to watch. I'm like, how did she get through all of this?
I stopped watching it, but I watched all the early stuff. I watched pretty much till Max left.
Oh, Max left?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Okay.
I remember watching it on television. It must have been later because it was, or I just don't remember right. But it's, I don't like it.
I like it. It's fun.
It's a fun idea.
It is a fun idea, and I'm having to watch
the mech one with the Rift monsters. I definitely thought that looked more like Tales from the Borderlands, or not Tales from the Telltale. I meant to say, like Telltale or Cell Shaded.
Yeah.
I think
Full Metal
that's
Alchemist is
what I think
good.
of. The Farmers.
Brotherhood or just Full Metal Alchemist? P-Stabs, do you even know? Just wondering. I like Catfish. I remember watching the first movie, just being like having no idea what it is, and
The movie's good. Well, it's also, isn't that the one? What was the cover? Because I remember the cover like being
I
unassuming.
think it's a red background, I think with a black fish on it, and it's just got the white mouse pointer. I think that's it.
Yeah, and it was just like, what is this? Like
Yeah.
I was so intrigued by the cover when I saw it.
Mm-hmm. Not Brotherhood. Big mistake, P-Stabs.
Let's start watching some fucking trailers, dude.
Watching some trailers. Let's go
Movie
online.
news.
We're gonna start with watching some trailers now. First one up, Annabelle Comes Home.
I have seen 0 Annabelle films.
You watched Conjuring, right?
Yeah.
But you didn't see Annabelle or Annabelle the other one.
Apparently, the Annabelle 2.
Mm-hmm.
Alec was saying on podcast whenever that came out that he loved it.
They're both good.
Really?
They're both fun. There's a scene in the first Annabelle that really got me. Like, I like it. Like, kind of freaked me out because it's like you're in a bedroom and there's a couple sleeping and you see through their window stuff happening in the next door neighbor's house and you hear it, and I'm like, how many times have I been sleeping and someone could be happening next door and I just have no, you know what I mean? That's what creeped me out about it. But
Sir
they're
Traffic,
still
I
fun to
like the
watch.
start of it, the trailer hype.
Trailer
I
hype!
feel like we've watched a trailer every day, so we could just start doing that if we want.
Yeah.
Hit it.
Let's go.
Everything you see in here is either haunted, cursed, or has been used in some kind of ritualistic practice. Nothing's a toy. It's safer for these things to be in here than out there.
I love those two.
Sometimes it's better to keep the genie in the bottle.
I like Ocean Master.
Don't your parents keep any creepy stuff around? We keep it all locked away in a room so that we're safe.
Love her. It's young Theo
It's not really good for anyone to go in there.
and young Captain Marvel.
What? Spoiler.
Is this Cabin in the Woods?
What'd you do to get in there? I like your doll. What did you do? I let her out. Who? Annabelle. I'm sorry. What else did you touch? Everything. Can I play with Annabelle?
I think you have the wrong house. There's no Annabelle here.
Yes, she is. I sometimes see things. Like how my mom sees things.
The doll. It's a beacon for other spirits.
What was that noise?
You know what I love?
What do you love?
Colors.
Colors?
I love colors in movies.
Okay.
Like, just seeing that spin wheel there, I'm like, what a cheap fucking way to put colors up there. I love colors. Like, when she looks back out of the room and it, like, turns green, I'm just like, I love the way that directors and cinematographers and everything can use color in movies. That trailer was awful.
So less about Annabelle and more about everything attracted to it. The red color in Sixth Sense, also very effective. Everything M. Night does is effective.
Because I remember, what was the big one? I remember, it's the one where I think the guy's hanging. They're like at the school. I haven't seen Sixth Sense in a long time. But I remember I realized the red color because he was next to like the exit sign.
Yep.
That was bright red. And I was like, oh. Was that a spoiler alert?
I don't think it was a spoiler.
Well, he can see dead people. I guess that's
Yeah.
a spoiler if you're completely
And
fresh.
there was multiple people, and there's the whole story about the Stuttering Stanley. So
It's a quality fucking movie.
it's a great movie. Great movie.
I hate M. Night movies.
I watched this trailer and I was like, I'm in.
You know what? Here's what it is, Brett.
What?
I'll probably go to the midnight release of every Conjuring movie that ever come out from now on.
Well, you didn't watch any of the other Annabelles, but okay.
Sure, that's what I said from now on. I watched Conjuring
Okay.
1 midnight, Conjuring 2. I watched The Nun
Okay.
midnight, and I'll probably go see this one and La Llorona, or whatever they call it. You know?
Yeah, that one's not in the Conjuring universe, though, right? It's
It is.
Is
It wasn't for a while.
Oh,
but it
but then-
says, the latest tale in, and then they put in the like box art, the Conjuring universe with the same font and everything.
okay.
It's. I don't think even the trailer they say it. It's only on the poster.
Gotcha.
But now in the YouTube ads I've been getting, it says in the Conjuring
Okay.
universe. But that movie, I'm not excited for that. I'm not excited for this, but I'll be there day one because I will just go. It's like a superhero movie now. I'll just go.
You know what I'm excited about this one is that Ocean Master Patrick Wilson is back. I'll watch every movie with him ever.
Exactly.
He's amazing.
Exactly.
I'm in.
It's actually something that I got back. Like, I just went and watched Hard Candy for the first time ever because I had, one, never seen it, but two, because I was like, I like Patrick Wilson. I'll watch. Let's see what. I haven't seen that one play. And I was like, that was a strange movie, but
Yeah. It's just
it got me on leg.
that's the one with what's her face, right?
Ellen Page.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's the movie I was not ready for, but it was the one I got. It didn't show him much, in the trailer.
It didn't, and I'm gonna guess it's more about the three girls.
I would assume that, he's,
But also-
he's barely in it, but it doesn't
Maybe because really the other Conjuring trailers was about the families that are affected. They're just there, but they're still in it a pretty good amount.
matter. They're in there.
They're just not in the scares,
Yeah.
So
The Nun disappointed me though. I didn't like the movie The Nun, which is even worse because I like Vera Farmiga, and then her little sister Thaisa is the person who was the main nun in there. Love the both of them to death, and I just that didn't carry me through either.
you remember in the end of the Nun where she spits the blood?
How could anyone?
Great.
How could anyone forget that she spit the blood of Jesus Christ onto a ghost that sent her spinning away in a toilet bowl whirlpool straight to hell? How could anyone forget that, Brent? Yes, I remember.
I listened to a book recently where they were, "Hey, Stoney!" "20 fudging months." Welcome back, Stoney.
Hell of a
I was
20 months,
watching.
man.
I was listening to a book, and they were fighting. She was fighting a ghost at the end, and she chewed up sage and spit sage in the ghost's face, and I was like, oh, "It's like the Nun." That's all. I think the book came out before, but
The blood of Jesus Christ.
yes,
Brent.
exactly.
What is it? Holy shit. The holiest.
The holy.
That's what you remember that?
Yes.
He pulls out the blood. Holy shit.
The holiest. It's great. That's just grade A writing.
Oh. We could only hope to be content creators like that one day,
Right? We got another trailer. This one, It came out today. Is it April Fool's joke? Is it real? We'll find out.
We'll find out tomorrow. We won't find out here right now. Oh, those were all kind of B-tier
This
actors now.
peaceful town, on these quiet streets, something terrifying, something horrifying
I could use him
is
voice
coming.
Excuse me, we're closed.
the black.
What the hell was it? A wild animal?
This is really awful. Maybe the worst thing I've ever seen.
What was it, wild animals?
So what are you thinking?
I'm thinking zombies.
What?
You know, the undead. Ghouls.
You look gorgeous. Oh my. Are you in this together?
Flesh-eating zombies.
Don't joke, it's really, really creepy.
Oh my god. Is that Steve Buscemi?
Yeah.
Isn't gonna end well. They gravitate towards things they did when they were alive. Coffee.
Chardonnay.
Did she just say Chardonnay?
Chardonnay.
Yeah, she did.
Hey! You tell me RZA's in this? RZA?
I've been telling you this is all gonna end badly.
Well, that's unfortunate. I'm quite confident of my ability to defend myself against the undead.
I can see that.
Excuse me. Those are some pretty good cuts. You played some minor league ball, didn't you? Well, a little Class A. It was a long time ago.
Now, what's weird about this is, do you know Jim
Jarmusch?
Yeah.
No. IMDb him while on materials page right now.
Real quick.
Okay.
I just wanted to see something. Oh, no. Too far. Okay. For a second, I was watching it over on that TV because it was a little clearer. I thought that was Mark Hamill for a second. I was like, are they doing a Star Wars thing because Kylo Ren cuts off Mark Hamill's head? Is that the thing? But I don't think so.
That
But
would
anyway,
be funny. IMDb. Okay. Jim Jarmusch. There he is. So he's real. He's done stuff. Oh, I love his face. I already love this guy. Ooh, okay. Patterson. I watched that movie. That was a good movie.
Okay.
Very fucking slow. Good movie though.
I haven't watched. Let's see.
Oh, okay. So look at. We've got Broken Flowers, with Bill Murray on the top.
Uh-huh.
I'm seeing Tom Waits video shorts down here.
Yeah.
Tom Waits was one of the guys. He had the big beard there at the end. The
yeah,
Mountain Man. We got Adam Driver in here. I haven't seen any Chloe Sevigny or Sevigny, however you say it.
I can be honest that I have not heard of a single one of these movies.
Don't watch Patterson.
Okay.
Maybe you should watch Patterson. I liked it.
Oh, wait. This is the vampire one, right?
I don't know. Is that Chloe Sevigny?
Depressed musician reunites with his lover through their romance, which is already several centuries, is disrupted by... I believe they're vampires.
Ooh, it's got...
I may have seen this.
Look at Tilda Swinton.
Tilda Swinton, Tom
Look,
Hiddleston.
Here's what I'm saying, Brent.
Uh-huh.
Not only is it real, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say it has the potential, Brent, to be better than Zombieland.
No.
No potential?
No.
The potential, though. Bill Murray's back.
Bill Murray,
Big fan.
although one of the greatest guys ever, never found him funny.
No.
He's just enjoyable. I've never laughed out loud at Bill Murray, but he's just fun. With all the creature genre, vampires, werewolves, zombies, etc., when are we going to get a new kind of creature? We get new Doritos all the time, but it's like we get that many new creatures. Creatures are a tough thing.
Well, it's tough because I feel like we do. Demogorgon, that's new. But a lot of them seem to be proprietary.
Yeah.
You know, we don't get a generic one. I think the problem is there are more creatures that are already out there, and there are going to be people that know about them. But when are we going to get a Wendigo movie? Mm-hmm. You know, a proper Wendigo, Chupacabra. You know, these sorts of things. The Skinwalkers.
There's a
Ghost Adventure.
There's a new movie coming out to Netflix. I think it's called The Silence. If it's based off the book, I just got the book. I'm listening to it. It is Stokes. It may be the Quiet Place, but good.
A movie?
The movie.
The movie?
I think it's a movie or a series. I don't know. It's a
book.
I'm listening to the book
I thought
currently.
they already tried that with whatever Bird Box.
This movie, this show, it looks like, is about you can't make any noise because what? Prehistoric giant bats that came from an underground cavern have flooded the world and will hear you.
This is the movie?
This is. I'm listening to the book right now.
I
think there's a trailer for it.
I don't know if I want that. I can't make any noise when I get the last chocolate chip cookie in the house late at night, or I'm in trouble. I mean, why? Whoever's going to wake up is going to know you ate the last chocolate chip cookie. Oh, hey, it's got this guy.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this guy's name?
Stanley Tucci, right?
That's right. That's right.
We can't stay here.
Ooh, I like her, too. The girl in the back. Mm-hmm. Where's she from?
A couple things. I can't remember.
Oh, yeah. I've seen her somewhere. Oh, they're little bats.
Yeah.
Sabrina. Oh. I don't think she's the girl in Mad Men.
I'm afraid this is all going to be over soon. I promise.
Entire regions of the country are being wiped out.
I wish Sabrina looked good.
Yeah.
It's like we're back in the Dark Ages.
People are surviving.
So the family gets murdered right away.
Can't trust anyone now.
No noise.
That looks a little bit like Michael Shannon.
Listen.
That.
Oh, I'm watching.
It does look better though.
I'm watching it because it looks
I'll
better.
give you that.
And on top of that, the girl, she's deaf. She's deaf.
What girl? The girl we just saw?
The main girl is deaf. Well, in
She
the
was-
book,
she
at
was
least,
just
she's
talking.
deaf.
She was
Because the
just
thing is,
speaking.
she gets in an accident and loses her hearing, but she can still talk. Deaf.
Can't hear.
Cannot hear. At least in the book. I don't know if she's going to be that in the show, but in the book she is. But she still talks in the book. She also signs, but she does talk, but talks about missing out on words because she's just still learning how to read people's lips and stuff. Because her accident just happened. I don't know. I'm going to watch it. I'm reading the book right now so I can get ready for it. But anyway.
Pet Sematary.
Pet Sematary.
The final trailer. Because it comes out this week. It comes out this week with Shazam.
Yes. Yep.
A weird double feature?
Is that
I'm gonna
why
go
she
see
just stared at the phone on the window because she didn't hear it making noise attracting the bats? I'm stoked for this, says Justin. Pet Sematary, the final trailer.
Of all the stoked jokes I've heard, I've never heard stoked.
Because he kept the S in.
Yeah, I like that. Stoked. It's stoked. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Justin, you get me.
I remember my birthday party. Church was out on the road. And everything
It's okay now. Are you back?
Back from where?
Should I watch this still? Should I keep watching this?
Why?
What's going on?
I feel spoilers.
There's a
Spoilers
place
coming.
reached brings things back.
What's spoilers?
But you don't.
Visual spoilers.
Oh.
Horror movies are very sensory.
I should never have shown you that place.
What you do?
If you cheat death, there's a price to be paid.
I needed more time with her.
Sometimes dead is better.
Sometimes dead is better.
If you've done something to us, it's not too late to undo it.
Too late for you.
The daughter gets it.
Yep.
That looked fucking metal though, how she died. Because the other one it shows the semi-girl
yeah.
get close, but this one it fork knives in the whole fucking
It's
thing.
like Final Destination.
Yikes.
Pet Cemetery, that looks good. I'm gonna see it. Them saying, what you know about the story so far, means they
Won't
probably took
prepare
a
you.
lot of liberties with it, but whatever. My favorite
Well,
Stephen
it could
King.
also, like I said, prepare you. You couldn't be prepared because it's a visual representation of the story. That's wildly different. Like Zelda right there, looking fucking wild. Her back, like.
Peace Says my favorite Stephen King is It. I think it is a horror masterpiece. I think it will always stand to be the horror masterpiece because it's like the perfect combination of like the kids adventure Stephen King slash Steven Spielberg slash like that kind of story about the kids versus a great evil that they shouldn't have to face but they do, in turn with a great adult horror story, like all in one. It's great. I think we've talked about it before. I'm sure I remember now that you've said it. I agree. I love it. The book was so great. The book is great. The Stand is good, Justin, but I felt like the problems just took care of themselves at the end, which was a little weird. And a part in the book where he said he got stuck writing and then he had an epiphany about the bomb in the closet. I didn't really like that part. I thought that kind of like threw off the way the book was going, and it was supposed to take it to a different thing, but I don't know, it was interesting. Gerald's Game fucked me up. It's funny. Langoliers.
I've only read like 5 Stephen King books, and Langoliers is one of them. But Pet Cemetery was always my favorite.
I also really like.
I like the movie a lot. It was my favorite book of Stephen King's.
I like Dreamcatcher as well. The book is really great, and I like the movie too. And the movie kind of goes off the deep end at the end, like literally just hits a wall at the end of the movie. And they're like, "Hey, it's over," and I'm like, "All right, cool. Still like it." Gerald's Game is that's a weird one.
Yeah, it seemed too weird for me to get into. I didn't like reading Carrie.
Carrie is written weird.
Yeah,
it's like all out of order and told in like interviews
it's weird. Yeah, reading it and then even the Sissy Spacek, I was just like, I don't know how I feel about this.
P Stabs, I don't even want to talk about the Dark Tower movie.
We don't talk.
I can't talk about the Dark Tower, and I can't talk about the new It, and I can't talk about Power Rangers because I get so frustrated talking about any of those things.
Real quick, Power Rangers and It, you're putting in the same tier as Dark Tower?
100%.
Really? Well, I feel like your expectations were set way different, so you truly weren't as disappointed, although objectively you can consider them equal trash.
Mm-hmm.
One of them, you were like, we have a review of you back when you were Fat Brent.
Yep.
Doing that thing, and you're like, yeah, it was this, but it was like, with Power Rangers, dude, you were livid, because you're like, how could they have done this to me? You know what I mean? You even knew that was going to be bad, and we set that movie on fire.
That's the thing is like...
With this one, you were just like... It felt like a big sigh rather than like a flip out moment. So I would, for what I've seen of you, Dark Tower, equal trash.
Yes.
But it's not something it seems you can't talk about. You can just keep sighing about it.
The Dark Tower
you get pretty... I can feel your heart rate. I can feel heat right here. In Power Rangers, we provide enough heat for your whole house. Like I feel that.
The Dark Tower, it's like I knew when they were talking about, hey, we're doing one movie right now, and it's like you can't. There's no way to do any portion of the Dark Tower in one movie, unless you're like, we're doing The Gunslinger. The Gunslinger is a book that could be turned into one movie.
He didn't like the new It.
I did not like the
I liked the movie. I came out, I did a lot of cool things visually. The story, though, not the reason why I liked it. I like the kid actors, he doesn't.
I like
or
some
the
of
kid
them.
characters or something. But
some of them I like.
Yeah, I like the, you know, obviously the book didn't have that, but like the flute woman. Like, I liked the way she looked, like her style. Like, there were pieces of the movie
If it was just a horror movie.
You know, you shut the door and it does the from the New Kids on the Block. I was like, what? And then, like you said, the super happy, we're having fun montage of wiping up the blood. It was kind of like, you guys aren't really keeping this the same movie. But overall, I still liked.
If it was just a horror movie to come out of nowhere, it would have been great. But because it's It, and not only do they do this, they just like take scissors to the story, and on top of that, they take two pivotal scenes, like big scenes that create the Losers Club, the cleaning of the bathroom, and the rock fight, and make them into a joke.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Man.
I guess they joke it, even though it wasn't like the funny parts, like New Kids on the Block.
Oh, that.
But it was happy, or it was kind of like I was watching Stranger Things, not because of Finn Wolfhard, but Stranger Things when the rock fight.
Yeah.
Where it was like, yeah, go get them, guys.
Yeah.
You know, it was like rock them, sock them, dudes.
Oh my gosh.
Still like the movie though.
I
can critique it and say I like it. So
I've watched it a lot, and and every time I watch it, I try my hardest to like it, because I know so many people like it, and I'll see the second part, even though I know I didn't like the first part. Every time I'm like, you know what, this might be winning me over. It does something that's just awful. Do you think the
cast of the second part's going to make it any better for you?
No, because
the first one didn't ruin it for you.
It didn't ruin it for me. Some of the kid actors really impressed me how they acted.
From what I would assume, because there are kids in it, I feel like they were like, oh, kids are silly. They gave silly kid things to do. I can't imagine they're going to make the adults do silly things. Like, I bet you they're going to make quips at each other. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, that'll probably happen. But I can't imagine there to be comedy in the movie. But maybe I should get rid of that expectation, because then I'll be disappointed.
Probably. Well, because when they were adults, they did more comedy stuff. Because like they were reuniting, you know, and Richie was not just a jokester; he was like a professional comic and radio guy. So he came in with all the it was still funny. And then how they would fight it, because they knew how to fight it at that point, is they would tell jokes. You know, something scary would happen, and Richie would tell a joke, and then there would be like points for an actual comedy, not just like New Kids on the Block reference, because they changed the time period of when they were kids.
Well, but wouldn't the time period of the one they gave make it so that adults them were in today? Like, it was today's kids. So, but there's a reason for them choosing that time, even though it's like the time you don't want to see represented anymore.
But the thing is the stories, like the time, like 27 years hits at a certain point, and you can move it to the 80s. And then they had like a different thing happen in the 50s. It could have been in the 50s. It's like a different time for kids to grow up, when all they had to do in the 50s was to go out into the barrens.
I would love to see. This isn't. So we watched the Pet Sematary thing. I'm gonna cross that off.
Okay.
Did you see what they did with Alien?
The kids.
Have you heard about Alien at all?
There's the shorts. I didn't watch the shorts.
Me neither, but they did the shorts for the anniversary of Alien. Mm-hmm. I personally hate the first movie, Alien. We won't go into that.
Justin was with me with the play. Do you see the kid? There's a high school that put on Alien as a play.
Phenomenal.
100%.
That's so cool.
They've got little clips.
Like, I hate that. Don't pull it up. Don't pull it up.
Okay.
Because like I said, gotta end early.
Okay, yeah.
But it'd be cool if they did shorts, because you gotta forgive me, I didn't finish the book, because I got when it got to the kids stuff, and I was just hearing what I've seen in movies so much, I was like, I don't even want to listen to this anymore. Everything about their adult stuff, phenomenal. All the same. It's not the book's fault, it's my fault. The whole part about the gay guy, what was his name? Adrian, I think his name was, or something.
The gay kid in the
under the bridge
in the bridge in the 80s.
Yes.
Okay.
What was his name?
That's tough. He was in the first 20 pages of the book and never again.
he was beyond that, and it also, I mean, it was in like probably 2 hours of the audiobook.
Well, I mean, in a Stephen King percentage,
Well, sure,
it was
like,
very
40-hour
small.
book. Sure, but it's like you've also listened to it many times.
Yeah, but
and I'm kind of remembering his name. Look it up. You can look that up. But whatever. All the same, I think his like that was a kind of gay kid in It Under Bridge.
Charlie Howard.
Okay, that was the victim. Who's the person that does it then?
Oh, you
I don't remember that name.
The victim.
No.
Oh.
Well, it must have been the one who pushed
Adrian Mellon?
It is Adrian. Okay, good.
He's young.
I listened to it sooner than you did, so I won't hold that over you. But yeah, he is a young homosexual man in Derry. Okay,
so he's
Don Haggerty.
After the teens throw Adrian over a bridge.
He's one of the guys that
drags him out the water
watches
and
or
bites into
something.
it. No, he does get bit.
Adrian. Oh yeah, so he's over the bridge. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, who's the fucking Charlie Howard? Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
That story, because they also have police interviews and stuff. Give me a short film of that. I think that I would like to watch that. You know, there's enough cool stuff in it that like you could take what they said right there and make that its own completely separate, non-connected just film. You know,
yeah. Or they could just do it as a TV show, and that's an episode, or like 60% of an episode.
Yeah, I mean, if you were to say, hey, Stokes, you have $100 billion to make it, make it however you want, I'd be like, okay. Episodic, like it's like my first thought is like, there's no way I wouldn't 2-part this, I wouldn't 3-part this, I wouldn't do a Hunger Games or something. I'd be like, no, I'm just episodically. But short films, I think I would like. That's just one of the things. While I was listening to it, I was like, this is like I've heard the story of it from you describing the book, from reading the differences between books and movies, and watching both films enough that I'm just like, I know the story pretty well. But to hear that was absolutely new content about Pennywise the Clown still. So I was like, this is pretty awesome.
I think the one thing that would be cool is if they did a deep dive movie explaining the universe outside, you know, the great turtle and
would you
eternal
like a fiction
Pennywise,
like a story happening in reality, or would you do the like a Room 237 kind of, almost like you have like literary professors who are coming in and explaining their take on it, and you just have like,
well, no, because like, it's just like the movies never talk of, like they say hey, there's a turtle in the water inside.
Oh, sure, yeah,
but they don't explain that.
Like, it's all connected.
They don't do. Are they talking about in the next one? They're going to do the I can't think of the word of Chud. The ritual of Chud, thank you. But they don't do the smoke room. There's like a lot of different scenes that are the metaphysical side of it, besides there being a monster, that no one has ever touched in visual format. Like they don't do it in either parts, and they say they're going to do ritual of Chud in the new one.
What do they do? Don't they bite their thumbs or?
In the ritual of Chud,
no, I'm just kidding.
They bite each other's tongues and tell riddles, and the first one to let go. But that's not really what happens. It's just a fight of.
I was just
mental
talking about that article in fake news.
Yeah. Gosh, don't even.
But would you want to see that movie be a documentary? Like a why has no one talked about this informational, or like a let's make a fictional movie about how all of this ties together? This is
what I truly hope for in the long run. I hope we get not just a movie, but like a Band of Brothers, here's a ton of money mini-series of Stephen King's life once he passes. And there'll be a whole episode dedicated to the writing and publication of it and the movies and like, we'll go
why not
into
just a
everything.
Room 237?
You could do a Room 237 for like each one of his books, but like I don't want it done by every book done by different people. Like I want like the Nightmare on Elm Street that goes through all 10 movies. Then each like hour and a half, so like each movie. I want that for like Stephen King books. Like here's the story of Carrie and how his career started and all this stuff. Go through all that and then jump to this next big hit and this next, and just like give me all the deep dives.
He's made too many fucking books.
Too many books. Yeah, like we probably don't need to see.
And then we can take Joe Hill out the window.
We don't have to see like certain books like From a Buick 8. We probably don't need a whole hour and a half thing about that. Even though it's a good book, you don't need to know about it. Even whatchamacallit, his vampire one that I'm blanking on right now.
Nosferatu?
No. It's because the city's name is Salem's Lot, but it's
Cat's
not. Or is the city Salem's Lot or the book Salem's Lot?
The book is Salem's Lot.
Salem's Lot. We don't need.
I think that's also the name of the town.
No, because it's something very close to Salem's Lot, but it's not.
It's not Salem something?
I think the nickname of the town is Salem's Lot, but it's something else in the book. I
kind
can't
of
remember
like Pet Cemetery, even though it's the old Micmac burial
exactly.
ground.
So like, but that would be. We could probably skip Salem's Lot.
It's a small detail. What about if in Pet Cemetery they actually bury the kid in the pet cemetery?
What do you mean? Like,
what if that's where he buries the kid and that's where all the resurrections happen, is in the pet cemetery
instead of in the
Micmac? If they just skip Micmac burial ground entirely, through the pet cemetery. How big of a detail is that to you, to where you'll actually care? I want to hear it before it happens, if it happens.
Probably not that big, because it, although is like a plot thing, that cemetery isn't like an important character thing. Like, it doesn't, that cemetery being there doesn't drive characters to make decisions or anything. That the pet cemetery is what is the whole driving force. Like, the whole idea of the loser club coming together after that rock fight is like an important character thing. Same thing with the sex train in the sewers, but they don't do that, you know?
It's not just a location, it's a moment.
Exactly. So, but anyway.
Lightning round, no pun intended.
Okay, Ezra Miller, apparently out as Flash. He was
gone.
He was going to be Flash. Then they're like, he may be on the way out. He was working on a script to try to stay in Flash. I just saw an article that said he's out as Flash. Will that possibly change? Probably.
From here on out, cancel everything DC.
Restart it?
Start over.
Start over?
I mean, well,
Whoa.
Suicide Squad. They're already starting that over, so keep going with that, I suppose.
Keep going with Suicide Squad.
Birds of Prey is already filmed.
And
the Joker.
Keep
the Joker.
Jason Momoa as Aquaman.
God bless. God bless.
He's our champion. DC champion right there.
Champion. You know what I was watching?
I would also say keep Ben Affleck as Batman, but I understand Ben Affleck not wanting to do it and all that stuff. Henry Cavill can still be
Also, I feel like
too,
we're limiting the story because Ben Affleck purposefully chosen to be older because they wanted an established. I get it.
All the actors, even Ezra Miller, could stay the same. I'm fine with all the actors. Just give me different, better stories. Except for Aquaman. Aquaman was perfect. Give me another one, James Wan.
It was so good.
So good.
I was watching a YouTube video about the guy that's like what we should learn from, or what writers could learn from, the Game of Thrones and the this and the that. Have you seen those videos?
Yeah.
He just released one, I think 2 days ago, maybe 3 days ago now. What writers should learn from Aquaman. And he was just shitting on the movie, and I just turned it off. And I was like, what a fucking loser. I was like, that movie's so good.
Perfect.
It's funny because he was like, there's 6 scenes where they're interrupted by explosions and action and all this, and it doesn't make sense whenever it gets boring, walk in and have a man with a gun, and it's like, I can't believe they did this. They could have written it better and all this stuff. And I was like, but look at their suits.
This
and I was like, you're missing all of the other production value that made this movie good.
This is the one person that would go into Hateful Eight and be like, this is a movie. This is how you write movies. And I'm like, no. It's not.
This is not how you write entertainment.
No.
This is not how you make a movie when you only have 10 to make.
Yes.
Apparently.
We'll see. Going to game news.
I wrote down here in the game news, Borderlands Game of the Year.
Game of the Year.
I wrote that down, Brent. I want to ask, what do you think?
The new one?
We've talked. Sounds like you're starting to tip the scale. You're considering digital. You're taking the baby steps. You enjoyed Creed at the gym, it sounds like.
Yep.
Wonderful.
Had to delete it from my phone because I've got this gray bar of other data on my iPhone that is like 5 gigs of worthless shit that I can't store anything on here now. So I had to delete Creed so I could use my phone.
A lot of it's messages, probably. You have your messages set to delete after 30 days?
I cleared most of them, yeah, but still an obscene amount.
Is one of them Bethany and another one like your brother or
no,
something?
I mean,
like that?
I just
like
have
data in there.
Bethany. Pretty much, that's it.
Now I see where I rank.
I'm just saying.
I'm just kidding. I get
just
it.
saying.
We don't text anything important. Whatever.
Anyway.
Borderlands Game of the Year edition comes out the 3rd, which I believe to be Wednesday.
Okay.
It's Wednesday. Interestingly enough, Wednesday was the choice. I don't know why. But also, the game's $30.
Okay.
Digital only.
Okay.
Except for at GameStop.
Okay.
But because they announced it and they're like, it's going to be, available to buy in 5 days. And GameStop was like, what do you mean? What? Like, they don't have it on their website. Like, you can't see it because they weren't ready for it. Nobody knew it was coming.
Okay.
But they preemptively shipped copies to GameStops. But they sent like 5 to each GameStop.
Got it.
And apparently they said that I was talking to someone at GameStop today to see how hard it'd be to get one, and they're like, we've already claimed 2 of them, her and another person. And she's like, and most literally we got about 40 phone calls about it. And I was like, fucking hell. So I could order it now, have it shipped to my house, extra $6, and I'll also get it later.
Okay.
I have all Wednesday off, as you know.
Okay.
I would like to play this game all day.
Okay.
Should I just buy it digitally? But because the physical copy is also, it seems to be fairly exclusive.
Right.
But it's also going to be more expensive than digital for no reason.
Buy both.
I don't have that kind of money. I would love to.
And then wouldn't it be like $60 like a normal game? You don't think Borderlands is worth $60?
It'd be $66.
You don't think Borderlands is worth $66?
I still hate Borderlands 1.
You don't think Gearbox deserves your $66? How many times you
know,
played
it just flashed in
Borderlands
my
2?
head an image of Hello Neighbor that just floated across my screen. But also,
this is you, not me. I ain't doing it.
But also, I've bought Borderlands 2 on 360 twice. The season
free to
pass
existing
twice.
owners on Steam. Look at that. That's cool.
That is true. But so I've paid for the Handsome Collection and the Game of the Year edition on PC, and then Handsome Collection twice on Xbox and twice on PlayStation. They've gotten my money for Borderlands 2.
Giving it another
and
one.
I bought the pre-sequel and all that stuff. I'm not going to buy it twice.
Okay.
But also, Brent, are you going to play it? And do you want to play it with me?
Probably not.
You're not going to play it.
I got too many other games. I got 3 games right now that I'm trying to all play at once. And at some point, I need to find time to actually write, you know, because I'm supposed to be a writer at some point in my life, you know. So there's a lot going on right here where Borderlands just, there's no way to fit.
Sure.
So I'm probably not going to play it. Now, could you talk me into playing Borderlands 3 once it's out? Probably, you know.
At that point, my peripherals are gone. I don't give a fuck if anyone plays with me, because at this point, I'm looking for people to go on the journey with me. You know what I'm saying? To be like, we've all been here before, people. Who wants to make the trip again? You know,
right.
This one I've only made half the trip, but all the same, I'm looking for tag-alongs because the game's better with friends.
Makes sense.
But I have yet to convince. Everyone's like, I don't know, and most of these are people that haven't played Borderlands 1 or 2.
Right.
And I'm like, come on, guys. Borderlands 2, like I don't know about 1. I can't promise anything about 1. They've added new guns. They've changed a lot of things about the characters. All the DLCs there, 4K Ultra HD mini-maps changed. The whole inventory system is completely remanaged. Like, it might be good. Borderlands 2, I can already vouch for, however.
Of course.
I can tell you it's a perfect video game.
Mm-hmm.
It is the looter shooter.
Games are much better with friends. P-Stabs agrees.
That's what I'm saying. Will you play Borderlands 2 with me? Give me my time to beat 1. I'll give you your time to beat, I don't know, one of the games so that I can have that slot.
Maybe.
And it can be just a game we play in the evenings.
I did hear that speedrunners figured out a way to beat Sekiro in 40 minutes.
Damn.
So maybe I'll just do that route, you know?
Damn. That's wild.
I streamed it for 8 hours the first day. I beat one boss. They could beat it in 40 minutes.
Well, I'm going to be playing all day Wednesday.
Sir Javik says he's played 1 by himself and loved it. Did some co-op on 2.
2 won best co-op game of the year. Mm-hmm. One of the best co-op games of all time.
Did you also, real quick about this being only in GameStop, did you hear PlayStation's not doing any digital games in stores anymore?
Digital games in stores?
You know the cards that say full game?
Sure.
Not allowed in stores anymore.
I don't know why those were ever. I mean, what about like a digital code via Best Buy?
But, no, they're not being on the store. They're not being sold in store or online. You can only get them through PlayStation. What? No, why not?
I mean, they're never on sale on Best Buy anyway.
They're never.
I only used them because I had gift cards there or something. Which
awful.
Even then you can barely use.
Yeah, they're awful to stock too, so I'm pretty excited about it.
They're
just because I work there and I hate.
They're awful for inventory.
We'll get like 1 million cards and we'll have like 4 spots, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do with all these extra cards that no one's ever gonna buy?
Yeah, we got 6 different Madden token cards.
Exactly.
7 different FIFA token cards.
Stupid.
Yeah, it is stupid. The tough part is I have a Best Buy gift card. What do I want? I don't know, Red Dead 2. Then I'll buy Red Dead 2 digitally. Now Hooky and I have it. I used a gift card. Bada bing, bada boom.
Can you buy a PlayStation gift card with a Best Buy gift card?
Well, I don't know. It depends. Maybe you had rewards, because rewards you could. I know. Right. Rewards I know you can't buy a PlayStation gift card with, but physical gift card, sure. But maybe not with rewards. I don't know.
You said EA layoffs?
Yeah, did you see this?
I heard they
EA laid off hundreds of people.
Yeah.
Why?
Because Anthem went.
Yes, it did. It's just
Even though Apex went.
But it's you feel like there'd be some kind of middle ground there, but I don't know.
For instance, Panda bought me Forsaken, but how can I get him a PS4 game? I can't do it.
I think you can gift on PSN. You have to gift it to his PSN ID.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll open his thing one day and be like, "Oh, you got a gift from," or he'll say, "Hey, Panda, go look in your library under the D."
Cannot gift on PSN.
I've never tried, so because every time I've gifted, I would just buy the code from Best Buy or Amazon or wherever, and then take that code and say, "There you go."
I know Serge Abbott says again with EA. I know they laid off people. This is more people, right? They did like a layoff and then more, or is this just the same?
No, just the one.
Just
because this was Friday.
Gotcha.
I think. If you're thinking again from there, then yes. Like from before that,
okay,
yes. But sad. See hundreds of people going. It's also funny though because EA were the ones who they were the ones who absorbed the people that were from
Telltale. Oh,
to work on their one of their Star Wars games, which not Battlefront, which is EA, but also not Respawn's. It was to keep working on their own or whatever. So
what would be interesting is like it says, Serge Abbott says, "Man, Activision and EA just dropping people." It'd be interesting if these people dropping from Activision and EA got together, did their own thing, get these talented people working on things they don't have to be tied to with all these. But it's usually not how the world works.
Well, it's also tough because the best instances of that are ones where they didn't necessarily get laid off or fired. They just decided to leave because they didn't like their company.
Right.
Which, if a company's laying people off, typically the people they lay off are the producers and the business people and art and things like that. You don't have the best of the programmers that make the game feel good.
Exactly.
So it's kind of like if I had to choose, I would choose the band of people that left Activision versus the band of people that were, even if it's 3 times as many, that were laid off from Activision because Activision probably laid off the fat.
Yeah.
And I don't want a game of fat. I want a game of
the
lean
fat.
meat.
What do you mean? We got to fire all the fat people. You got that guy rolling around in his special chair. All right.
We got to go.
We're wrapping up the show right now. Peace tabs, Serge Abbott. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. We're back on Wednesday. Doing another talk show, doing the same thing, talking about new stuff, hopefully.
Talking about Borderlands.
Borderlands, man. Stokes will be playing it all day, one way or another. So you guys are beautiful people. Thank you so much for hanging out. If you're watching on YouTube or listening to services anywhere, you can watch live twitch.tv/RealPixel every Monday and Wednesday. Come be part of the conversation, just like Peace Tabs, Salty, Serge Abbott, and everybody else was tonight.
Look at all the hearts and the love.
Look at that.
I love you guys.
You guys are awesome. Have a wonderful night. It's been real. I don't know where my mouse is. Oh, it's over here.
It's over there.
Bye.